Hi folks, Mark and Don again. We're here with Berserk Part 2. Now, two, not 3, 2. One of the things about the nature of a Berserk attack is a true Berserk is very, very rare. Okay? People imitating Berserk attacks is, however, really common. A true Berserk, this guy means to kill you and he doesn't care if he goes out. That's the price, fine. Okay. So much of what you will encounter with, quote, Berserk attacks are actually show trying to freak you out. But having said that, there are certain things that have to be addressed. Now, part of that is you will be dealing with a certain amount of force that is basically all of his force, and it's on a train track. Okay. Now, there's a couple of ways to handle a train coming at you. The most easy is get off the tracks. Okay. I'm a big fan of that. Okay. Now, the problem is, let's scoot back just a bit. A little more. Okay. A lot of times when I got a runaway train coming at me, what I will do is I will move too soon. So if he's coming at me and I go, oh dear, oh me, oh my, you'll notice this ongoing problem that I have. Okay. If I move too soon, he can adjust. Okay. So it really is a matter of timing, and you really do need to understand attack range. What's up?
I'm just thinking I might use a
Toro. Well, kind of, sort of. Okay. But the same thing is, okay, if he's coming in like a Berserk, right? Now, if I wait for the last second and then I move, there's a good chance he won't have time to turn around before I can do something. Now, whether that something is to turn and continue the engagement, do something unpleasant to him, or get the hell out of Dodge, that's your call. So the thing of moving, yes, that is preferred. Okay. If you can't, but that requires timing. If you cannot handle the timing, you're going to run into another set of criteria that you have to meet. And if you don't meet them, you're screwed. Now, could you do a front stance very poorly structured? Okay, now, he's in a position, not gonna react, where if he receives force, he's going over. Okay? That is the problem with a lot of people. When they do this, they think, yeah, boom. They're not in a structured position. Could you take a structured forward stance? Okay, now, because this is going to suck. The thing is, he's taking the force now, but he has got structure. Okay, now, you can do it this way. Okay, and I mean, God knows I've done. And you take structure, and that's going to slow him down. Okay, probably not stop him, because if you got time to get a perfect structure, you got time to move. All right, but you will need the best structure you can muster at the moment. Okay, now sometimes if you get caught flat-footed, face it, we all get caught with Mr. Happy flapping in the wind now and then. One of the things you do not want to do is to try and hit. Now, going very slowly as a Berserk, if I hit him and then do this, what's going to happen? See, he follows it back in. So people think, oh yeah, you got to hit him really hard. No, you don't. This is a classic Three Stooges knockout. Okay, where you do not hit because of the retraction. Because as he's coming in, if I hit and retract, he's going to keep on coming. Now, the other thing you can do is, as he's coming in, step in and stiff arm him, straight arm him. Okay? Now, that is the core idea, but you're going to have to tweak it to make it work. I don't want to retract. I want him to basically run into a pole like the Three Stooges. Okay? So I have to have my structure strong enough that is aligned enough that it can take the impact. Now, better still, if I can actually, instead of just straight arming into the center of mass, I can actually put spin on it. Okay? Now, I'm going to go very slowly. One thing is, instead of hitting him in the face, okay, is as he's coming in, big smile. Okay? So, come on in. The further in he gets, keep coming, the more he's going to twist up. Now, by the way, important safety tip on this. If you're going to do this, you might want to step aside. Okay? So, instead of standing here and doing it, it's fine. He's coming in, boom. The reason for this, and I speak from experience, is there's a really good chance if you hit him here and make him start folding backwards, his feet are going to fly out. Exactly. And if you're standing in front, guess who's going to get kicked in the nuts? Been there, done that. All right. So the thing is, you can do it that way, right? And if you're like, oh shit, I ain't got time, right? And he's coming in hard and fast, boom. What did I just do? Notice I still have the stiff arm, but where did I hit him? I hit him off his vertical axis. Okay? I hit him on the shoulder to cause him to rotate around the vertical axis. If I change his orientation, and yeah, I may have to eat a punch, but as he's coming in and I'm hitting that, right, I've taken his force and I've redirected it. Now, I also intend, after I do that, boom, I mean, I can really do that. But the main thing is have structure. Well, yeah, wedging is another. Have structure here that can take the force, and some kind of structure here. Now, what Don just did, he was not praying. He was talking about a wedge. Now, if I can create a wedge with a stiff arm, so he's blitzing, boom. Okay, and I insert a diagonal, I can change his directional force. Again, in order to do it, you got choices here. Okay, but I have to have structure, and a stiff arm, something extended. Okay, now even if this structure here begins to fold, if he's coming out and I've got something there and he keeps coming in, go ahead, I can go this way. And that can slow him down just enough so I can begin to manipulate him. But I don't want him to have all the distance and all the tools and have nothing between me and him, right, except for his arms and his hits. So, structure and some kind of stiffy. Okay, we're going to work with that. We're going to run with that. Now, those are two elements on that one. Better yet, to move. Now, if you can move and apply that, that's even better. That's he's coming in, and I'm here, boom, right? Now, at this point, I can even move forward myself.
Taken out by Stiffy.
You got a stiffy in your eye. um, oh God, it's amazing how fast these deteriorate. Now, these are again the components. Another way of doing this with a Berserk that's coming in is getting offline and then returning. Okay, now that's low. Since we have a wall here, if I am boom, right? So you can leave the train tracks and turn, okay? But if you don't get off the tracks and those hits keep on landing, you're gonna lose it. Now, one of the things that I'm doing here, also notice, is as this is the issue, I mean, I have this problem here that I'm in his kill zone, okay? So my movement is outside his kill zone. Even if I have to assist that by taking this action and passing it.
Wax off.
Wax off, wax on. Is that, yeah, that is wax. Yeah. I just saw that the other day. But, so you can, I mean, you don't have to have ultimate structure, and if the guy's that big, he's much bigger, you really don't want him. Okay? I mean, Don is bigger than I am, but if I have good structure and a stiffy, I might be able to get away with minimum movement and good structure, right? And that is just, you know, you don't want to stand there and take the beating he's trying to hand you, because once it starts, he's not going to let up. It's a committed attack. So your choice on how you do this is up to you, but you have to meet the criteria of, you know, either getting off the tracks or having the structure to handle, not just handle the force coming in, but to do something about his structure. And that's where the structure stiffy combo comes in. So these are just a few things, but you have to have this in your repertoire, in your toolbox, and you're not going to get it sparring. Okay, this does require full force, and what you're going to discover, and it's going to be a really rude surprise, is how often you really don't have structure. If you can, by the way, something I recommend is I like doing kata neck deep in a pool, right? Because that will really show you where your structure is weak and where you've got bad things, without getting crushed. But once you got the general idea of like, okay, I can move with structure in a pool, okay, without floating away, then you can start introducing force, okay? But you have to know how to handle the force of a full-on blitz. So that's the end of part 2. Moving on to part 3.